continues at the 13th.
It's a good afternoon and we welcome you to the Achimota Stadium. That is the venue of the second semi-final of the Accra Games 2023, the 13th edition of the African Games. In this semi-final, it pitts Nigeria taking on Zimbabwe. A thrilling encounter that we're anticipating on the cards right here. And I'll tell you what, if you have time, please make your way to the stadium because this is going to be an exciting encounter. David and Goliath situation that we will have on the cards if we're to describe it, looking at how these teams have been. Earlier on, Dennis Mosali was in the middle with the two captains for the toss. Let's find out what happened.
The gold rush continues at the 13th edition of the African Games. Our second semi-final is a clash between the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe and the female Yellow Greens of Nigeria. We're out in the middle for the test with the two captains, Marianne Musonda from Zimbabwe, Blessing a team from Nigeria, and the tournament match referee, Mr. Emmanuel Dube from Zimbabwe. Marianne will be doing the tossing.
Yeah, it is.
The call. Blessing, you win the toss. What are you going to be doing and why?
Be batting first. I want to try as much as possible to get enough runs on the board so we can come with our good bowling attack to defend it.
Big game for you. You're coming up against a team that has been unbeaten throughout the whole tournament. What is going to be the plan?
The plan is just keep our head cool, play pure cricket and fearless cricket.
All right. Any changes to your team that that lost the game to South Africa yesterday?
No changes. Same team.
Okay. Good luck to you and the girls.
Thank you so much.
Marianne, are you happy to bowl first?
Yeah, we are. I think that's what we also wanted to do.
You haven't put a foot wrong throughout the whole tournament. You've set the standard so far as a group. What is your plan in the semi-final?
Well, our plans remain the same. I think that's been our strength, just to know what we can do, what we can't do, and go with what's working on the day, and just to keep calm throughout the game.
All right. What do you think would be a good total to limit the Nigerians to?
I think anything below 100 will do. Yeah.
Any changes to the team that won the game yesterday?
No change.
Okay. Good luck to you and the girls, Marianne.
Thank you.
That's the news from the middle. The female Yellow Greens of Nigeria have won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
So that is the news coming through from the toss. Blessing a team, Nigerian captain, choosing to bat first. I've got my partner, Endurance, in the take us to the Nigerian squad, and a good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Eli, and that's the Nigerian squad for you. The captain is Blessing Etemu leads the side today. Favour Esegbe and Esther Sunday opening batters for the team. Peculiar all-rounder in the team. Salom Sunday, Lucky Paiti, Chris Tabel, Sarah Etim, it's young Lillian Ude, Shola Adekunle, and Hussein Pace.
So those are the Yellow Greens of Nigeria. Now let's have a look at the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe. Modesta Mpachikwa, player of the match in the previous game, got past 1,000 runs in women's T20. Shane Myers up in the order. Kelis Tanyaro Dzondlovu, Pelagia Mujaji making way into the squad, as well as the skipper Marianne Musonda, Josephine Komo, seasoned all-rounder, Sheza Dururu, Lorraine Chuma, and Audrey Mazishaya being given a goal, Linda Mabero, as well as Precious Marange. That's the lineup of the Lady Chevrons in this encounter. Marianne Musonda, I'm sure she wouldn't mind being given the charge to try and restrict Nigeria, who have chosen to bat first in an all-important semi-final. It doesn't matter where you are. This is an important encounter. I say important because of how these teams have managed to get here. Two teams with different stories of how they performed in the group stages and how they ended up here. Endurance, take us through how Nigeria got to be here.
Well, certainly sharing points against Tanzania in that first game, and coming from nowhere behind the rankings to surprise Namibia. Plenty of celebrations back home for that one. However, taking 6 wickets in a low-scoring game against South Africa, that's how they managed to get here, surviving via the net run rate with the help from Tanzania, beating Namibia in that other Group A encounter.
Right. For Zimbabwe, a different situation, top in Group B. Now, action is about to resume, or start rather. Opening the bowling for Zimbabwe from the zoo end will be Nomvelo Sibanda. Just getting a bit of shape coming through into the right hander. Favour Esigbe, who's got 3 matches under her belt, a highest of 17 in this tournament. 22 runs that she has.
Well, Nigeria have stuck to their opening partners, Favour Esegbe and Esther Sandy, familiar foes.
Well, flashes at that one. That will give them a couple after that fumble by Sean Myers at deep third. Allows Favour to go for a couple. And that'll get Nigeria off the mark.
Favour Esegbe looking to get going for Nigeria. Trust me, she's got it in her. Slightly aggressive.
Back of the hand, try to push for a single. But good fielding from Chieza Dururu within Pelagia Mujaji rather. Slipping in the covers there.
The Nigerian team have gotten better game in, game out. And they prize themselves high, underdog in this game. But hey, this is cricket.
Better lines from Nomvelo Sibanda, who will be looking to either push one straight across in the right hander. She can do that with a few deliveries. Then she's got that one that just tails back in. Loves a variation. Again, looking for that off-stump line, tightening up and not giving room.
Nigerian batters will have to find a rhythm here. We spoke about it earlier in the first game. You can't just dot without looking to score. Perhaps, maybe it's the first over, but we can't follow same pattern against South Africa. If you want to make a statement, you have to look to work it around and build that partnership.
Opening face of the blade into point. Kelly Sinjovu fields with ease. That marks the end of the first. Nigeria 2 for no loss after 1.
They've managed through that first over. And let's see how Esther Sandy will respond at the other end. I'll tell you what, a big followership back home in Nigeria. Lagos, Abuja, Edo, Anambra, where these girls are from. And they've been very excited at their performance so far. From nothing actually to something, because it was scary for them not coming here. They were not supposed to be here, but the board stood with this team because they really worked themselves up to get to this point. Coming second in that tournament behind Tanzania in Lagos.
Well, they've done so well. That's the beautiful story of Nigeria. Now opening the bowling from rather the city end, it will be Precious Marange, who has been outstanding with the ball early up within the power play. So Zimbabwe going with the pay where there is pace coming from one end, spin coming through from the other. Just a variation in pace, looking to unsettle the Nigerian batters within the power play. So what the situation will be is that Nigeria will be looking to capitalize and get a good start within the power play, while Zimbabwe will be trying to make inroads into Nigeria and restrict them within the power play. So those are some of the nitty-gritties of this game. Just a small break that we're having while something is being attended to on the field of play. Beautiful grounds that we have here. And the ground staff at Achimota Stadium have done so well to make sure that we have luscious green grounds. And they're just covering up one of the areas where we have those automated watering systems.
Yeah.
So make sure that no one can, just gets their foot stuck in there. But I tell you, the rest of the field, in fact, both fields, Arena A and B at the complex, in fine tune.
Ella, interesting to see the amount of work these groundsmen have put in. The ground staffs from Zimbabwe, I know, has been here for a long time. And you just saw on your screen Nosa from Nigeria, alongside Francis. They've been around here to help the Ghana Cricket Association prepare for this tournament. And the wickets have played beautifully, trust me, from day one.
And beautifully they have played. Good camaraderie between all the cricket playing nations, helping each other. Right, shall we get action underway from the city end? Precious Marange with the ball for the Lady Chevrons. Swing across the line, shouts of LBW, but they're a bit muffled there.
Interesting part is how every team have studied each other coming on to this one. Pace on one side and spin on the other side to slow things down, mixing things up.
Again, across the line, but well fielded by Sean Mayers. Already going for her third ball in the over. This is what Precious Marange is very good at. She'll go through her overs quickly, and in no time you find yourself 2 or 3 overs have already been chewed up. Thick outside edge. It's in a vacant region. They'll push for 2 here.
Something the Nigerians must continue to do, allowing their top 4, ensuring their top 4 bats through the 20 overs. Because if it goes beyond the top 5, then we won't see a big of a total here.
Work through the covers, and they shall push for 2 again. Pelagiam Jaji retrieves and keeps it to 2. The key things, endurance, that will be key for Nigeria to try and get a reasonable total. What will be those early on within the power play?
Zimbabwe have dominated their group. They're here again looking to just have an easy walk. But trust me, these Nigerians, young ladies, sure know how to fight to give themselves a chance in this one.
Shouts of LBW. I think that one was going down leg side, but the good awareness from Favor steals a run in there. Those will be signaled as leg buys. Marks the end of the second over. It'll be 6 for no loss after 2 for Nigeria.
It's Esther Stanley 4 from 6 deliveries and Favor Esegbe 2 from 6. That partnership needs to carry through. Hopefully we see some hard-hitting abilities later on in the innings. They've got a few players who could do that. Lucky Peiti, Salome Sunday. The question is, how long will it take to get into that zone?
Your strategies are important earlier on, and you need to get going executing them because time is of limited essence. Zimbabwe enforcing that strategy. Josephine Como into the attack. That's worked leg side just for 1.
Well, they will take anything that comes their way inside it there.
Well, any batter at any point in time, any runs they can get on the scoreboard are of importance. Sometimes even those good deliveries, if you can work them around and just steal a single from them, you've won as a batter. Josephine Como operating on that off-stump line. She shifts either between wicket to wicket or just outside of stump.
Great to see the captain of Zimbabwe rotating our bowlers. One way of ensuring the batters don't settle in on one.
Tucked in leg side. Not allowed to steal a run on that opportunity. It's Linda Wuhle Mabero doing the fielding there. Running hard from mid-on position. This is what creates pressure. Dot balls. You feel that just for the 2 overs that they have had, they've only scored 8 on the board. Runs that really have come off the bat might just be probably half of those. The other ones either have been leg buys that they've managed to sneak in between. And so far 3 dot balls in the over.
Brilliant shot this time. Goes through the cover region. Will it go all the way? Big chase there. Yes, it does. Much needed runs for Nigeria.
That will release the pressure in this over. In favor, Sigbe just timing that one. Didn't look to hit it too hard, but just leaned into the shot there. Working with the space, the effort to try and stop that one from mid-off. In vain. They pick up 4 runs.
Some credit again to the ground staff. Quality outfield there. Didn't have to put power into that one. We talked about it earlier, finding the gaps.
Again, just working the gap. They will pick up another single, which is good. So far this has been a good over for Nigeria. And that'll be 6 runs from it, end of the 3rd over. 13 for no loss.
13 from 18 deliveries. Zimbabwe wouldn't mind those ones. Nigeria will have to look to step up the gears. Again, bowling change.
Right, change in bowling. Kelis Lovu. Kelis Tanyaradzwan Lovu into the attack. She replaces Precious Marange. Marian Msonda just giving her bowlers one apiece in the power play, in that rotation of bowlers, so that nobody gets used to one particular type of bowling, like you mentioned, the Durans.
That's a fine strategy. I remember in my days when I need a wicket badly, you do that to give yourself a chance.
Kellis is quicker through the air, that left arm. She can have one that goes in with the arm, or she just gives it a little bit more flight to try and get some turn. You always have to be paying attention when she's bowling. So far, in favor, Sigbe is playing well, playing with a straight bat, looking at exactly what's happening. Concentration is of key importance.
Really, really tough line and length.
Quicker one, ripping through with the arm there. Shouts from the captain and the stuff around, they're saying you're doing well. Slower, and try to steal a single, but good fielding.
This is really good bowling from Zimbabwe. Change of bowlers every over, not allowing them settle into one. It's a maiden over.
And just like that, 4 overs in, 13 for no loss, a maiden over. Good start from Kelis Ndlovu, and captain will be happy with that.
For sure, these two will have to think a rhythm out of this. Can't take too many dot balls without responding positively. If you want to give yourself a chance, the game is on. You can't be dreaming. You are in it. It's reality. It's Zimbabwe you're playing against. Table toppers from their group. And it's never going to be easy.
Not making it easy is what Zimbabwe are looking to do. Change of bowler, Lindogu Mabero into the attack. Spin also now coming from the other end where Josephine was operating from. Good start operating on that off-stump line. Should be looking to also just cramp room to the right-hander, turning the ball into them. That's leg side and tucked away. Sean will have to collect on the second attempt.
That's the thing. Plenty of skill set required to be able to deal with spin bowling. A sweep shot is one of those options.
Tucks it to the leg side, deep backward square, will clean that up. Something or areas that the Nigerians would need to look at are those vacant regions where you are being asked to place the ball in. Offside, played well. Kellis will give chase. I'm sure they'll be able to pick 2. Because there is no third man. And Kellis fielding at backward point, who had to do the cleaning up there.
Esther Sandy just following through on that one. This time she checks it straight to covers. She's been the one that has been consistent.
Looking for that bit of width outside off stump. Missing that one. That is a 4 from that over. Marks the end of the 5th over. After 5 overs, 17 for no loss. And there will be change in the commentary box, while Endurance and myself take a short break.
Kelis Ndlovu comes into the attack. We'll continue from the football end. My name is Dennis Musali, and I'm joined in the commentary by Ijoma.
Hi, Dennis.
Hi, Ijoma.
Good afternoon to you.
The female Yellow Greens seeking to be part of history. The first team, of course, being the South Africans, who have advanced to the final on Wednesday after defeating Uganda by 50 runs.
They are already history. Not looking to be part of history. It's history already.
Very low standard there, Ijoma. But, I mean, like they say, you always aim for the stars. Maybe you could fall on the moon. The female Yellow Greens. Ooh. Timber. Kelis Ndlovu with the breakthrough for the Lady Chevrons. Nigeria losing their first wicket. Favor Esiebe staying up on that one and just creeps under her butt. And the stumps are rattled. Nigeria will lose their first wicket. 18 for 1.
Well bowled there by Kelis in the very first over. It was a maiden for her, and this time around she's also been able to pick up the wickets of Favor Esiebe, the vice captain of the Nigerian side. Just look at that.
I think Favor has been struggling against Kelis. And this time Kelis gets her wicket. She had put the markers on Favor. She gave away a maiden in the first over. And this time she gave away a maiden in the first over against Kelis. This time Kelis picks up the wicket. The first wicket to go down for the Nigerians. And the new batter is Peculiar Agobia. First up, a ripper there from Kelis. She's loving bowling from that direction. Her angle very accurate. I'm sure Modesta behind the stumps is having a very good time because everything seems to be beating the bat. Hit hard, struck powerfully past the bowler. The chase will be in vain. Nigeria will pick up a boundary. Long levers from Peculiar. And she's able to pick up a boundary for the female Yellow Greens. Peculiar, very good hit of the ball, strike of the ball, and she strikes it. She's always striking in the V, which is an advantage for her.
Very brave youngster. Peculiar comes through from the ranks of the under 17, under 19 for the female Yellow Greens. 18 years of age. She's a med lab student.
Chance there, but not taken. I think Modesta didn't realize that the ball was just above her head. By the time she turned around, there was not enough time for Marianne Musonda to react to the opportunity. That goes down begging. Nigeria won't mind that because they're now 22 for 1 after 6 overs. The change in ends for Precious Marange. She will now come from the road end. Ijoma, you are telling us something about Peculiar Agboya.
Yes, Peculiar Boya, the opening bowler for the Nigerian side. Just as you said earlier, big hitter of the bat. Very brave girl. She featured she made her debut rather in 2022 instead for the Nigerian side at the NCF Women's Invitational in Lagos. She was also part of the under-19 team in Botswana, a med lab student. She's one of the 4 players in the women's side that got scholarship, you know, from Pet Foundation in Nigeria.
Precious Marange dotting for the Lady Chevrons. Still a young girl, but going places with her game. Up-ish, but safe. They pick up a single. Good fielding there from Doreen Schumer, who runs in very quickly to the boundary to just keep it to a single. Ijoma, you're still giving Peculiar her flowers. Are they done?
Yeah, absolutely. She deserves them. I was saying she's one of the 4 players in the women's team that are under scholarship at the university level from Pet Foundation, which is promoting ethics through sport. It's a foundation owned by the wife of Mr. Uyi Akpata, who is the president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation. So much support from that foundation in terms of sport and cricket, especially in the South region and in Nigeria as well. Great to see her featuring and coming up, you know, as one of the inspiration for the side. Young inspiration, if I must say.
Yeah, it's good to know that cricket is changing lives in Nigeria. An opportunity to study high education on a cricket scholarship. It's not something that can be taken for granted. 7 overs gone, 24 for 1. Nigeria, Peculiar and Esther Sunday still batting for the female yellow greens. I'll be interested in knowing the other 3 players who are part of the female yellow greens, who are part of that scholarship opportunity.
Here we also have Salome Sunday alongside Loki Paiti. Then there's Victory Ibinedion as well. The 4 of them, aside Salome, who is 22 years of age, the others are under 19.
I will tell you that watch out for the Nigerian under 19 girls when they come for the qualifiers in Rwanda sometime later this year. One team will have an opportunity of going to the World Cup. Rwanda, the first team to feature for the rest of Africa at the World Cup in 2022. Bowling change, Lorraine Schumer comes into the attack for the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe. The second semi-final of the day. Zimbabwe taking on Nigeria. The morning game, one-sided victory for South Africa, winning by 50 runs against the Victoria Pearls. Up in the air, chance, whoa, good teamwork. Josephine Nkomo had spilled that, but Mujaji was on hand to complete the catching. Salamo Sande perishes from some brilliant fielding by the Lady Chevrons. The advantage of staying. Esther Sunday, Kaleda again there, who doesn't get enough bat on that, was going away from Josephine Nkomo, but she did just enough to make sure that the ball doesn't fly away from Mujaji, who does the rest. Good awareness from Mujaji as well to just follow up and stay close to her teammate. Nigeria lose their second wicket, 25 for 2. Esther Sunday will have to go. One Sunday is replaced by another. Now it's Salome Sunday who comes in to bat for the female yellow greens.
Dennis, that was beautiful to watch. I could put that on replay. Great teamwork by the Zimbabwean ladies. the Lady Chevrons.
I'll tell you, the catches package of this tournament will sell anywhere in the world. Noreen Schumer with the wicket for the Lady Chevrons. Nigeria losing their second. Nigeria won the toss and elected to bat first. Clearly a statement of intent. The captain, a team blessing, mentioning that they trust their bowling. They just need to get enough runs on board for them to be able to upset. You see the catch again there. Had been parried by Josephine Nkomo. But Pelagia Mujaji was on hand to complete the catching in a legal manner. This tournament has been littered with some absolute filthy fielding. All the catches have been spectacular. Look at the players throwing themselves around. The surface may be hard, but no one has been afraid. That shows that gold means something to all these players. End of the 8th over, a good one there from Noreen Schumer. Just gave away the 1 run, but importantly picked up a wicket. Stop-start stuff here from the Nigerians. Whenever they look like they are going, then they have to start all over again. 2 new batters on the pitch for them right now. And sometimes you don't want to put your hopes in Peculiar, because for her, she plays in a freestyle manner. She will score as many runs as possible in the quickest time possible. Again, struck powerfully, but straight down the ground. Only be a single. Another change in the bowling. The Lady Chevrons keep switching around their bowlers. Sometimes it's difficult to keep tabs on who is coming through. Mabero, the new bowler for the Lady Chevrons.
Dennis, earlier you had talked about blessing a team, hoping that her batters will put up good runs on board. We saw them at the Women's Invitational, NCF Women's Invitational in Lagos. A bit silent, a bit quiet with the bat. But this time around in this tournament, we've seen them, especially in terms of their fielding. Their bowling has been superb. We saw them yesterday with Lilian Uday picking up those wickets against South Africa, 5 wickets, and against Namibia as well.
Yeah, I think the fielding and the bowling have been of a very high standard. It's the batting. It's not just them. I think a lot of teams have struggled with the bat. So it's something that if teams live here, that's the skill they need to work on. But the bowling, the fielding has been fantastic all round. And yesterday, Nigeria really were very brave against the South Africans. Started so well with the bat, but they ended up collapsing, losing 6 wickets for only 11 runs, only 14 runs. So it's clear to see where the improvements need to be made as the women's game continues to grow on the continent. Mabero starting to look, trying to be very, very careful. She's given away a couple of wides. And she needs to be careful against someone like Peculiar, who was long levers. You can see a swing and a miss. It's just a setup there, a bit lacking from Peculiar. Maybe that is something she can work on in the nets with the coaches. Very far away from the ball and trying to swing for the fences. Those are simple details that can help a player become complete. So most times what she does is just set up in one place and try and play from within her limits. But with her ability, she can only get better. She's still a very young girl. End of the 9th over, Nigeria 28 for 2. Ijoma, I've watched the Nigerian female yellow greens for a while. Where do you think they can finish against a bowling attack like the one of the Lady Chevrons?
If they're able to score about 60, 70, I would say it should be a good one for them. If they're able to score at least 60, possibly.
Ijoma, clearly you're not a person of very high standards. But who are the players we should be hoping? Hope is never a strategy, but who do we think should be able to help the team get to a big total? Goes through the keeper there. Wait and see what the umpire gives. But the chase is on for Sean Myers. She's able to catch up with that ball. Wait and see what the umpire shows. Extras, wides indicated. Lorraine Schumer, the guilty party. After this pair, who else is coming through to help move that total?
Of course, we still have Lucky Piety at the dugout. Lucky Piety alongside Blessing Etim. Those two well settled at the crease. They can pull up something good for Nigeria.
Yeah, high standards, the Chevrons, but now they seem to be a little bit generous, giving away a few extras. Lorraine Schumer, the guilty party. She needs to get her act together. I think she just needs to sort out her run up. Can see that she's trying to measuring it. Should try measuring it again. Goes to the infield. They pick up a single. Good hustle so far from Salome Sande and Peculiar. They need to work hard, dig deep, try and score as many runs as possible without losing their wickets. Peculiar also opens the bowling for the female yellow greens. It's very surprising to see someone opens the bowling, batting very high up the order, and also interested in staying for as long as possible. She won't be that staying for any longer because Lorraine Schumer breaks the shackles, goes through her defenses, and picks up the third wicket for the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe. Nigeria dropped their third wicket, 33 for 3. But like I mentioned, you can see there she played down the wrong line, completely missed the ball. She was way far from it. The up stump is knocked back. You can see there she plays down the wrong line. She's far from the ball. And that is something that they can work on when they go back home. Nigeria lose their third wicket, 33 for 3. And with that wicket, the teams will take a short break. It's time for drinks and some wise words from the technical teams. Walter, you can see Walter going to her team there to try and talk to them, as well as the Nigerian coach who was going to speak with Salome Sande, who is in for now. We'll take a short break and we'll be back after the drinks.
Back from the drinks break, there is a change in the voices in the comms box. Of course, mine is relatively new, but already in the innings here, you've heard and listened to Endurance of him. The big ogre from Nigeria, Lauren Shioma, is back. Leading edge there for the lucky Nigerians. Shen Myers takes her time, and then there is a suicidal attempt of a second run there from Lillian Ude.
Nice to be back, Innocent. Bring my ladies' luck here, I have to say, and keep my team positive.
And you're leaving me and you're hanging me out there to dry. I thought I'm your teammate here.
Well, you are my teammate. It's end of the 10th over and it's 34-3. Nigeria will have to find and sneak something out here. Innocent, give me some live. Zimbabwe drilling things really down here. Picked up 3 wickets already. It's been brilliant piece of bowling. Captain rotating the bowlers nicely.
Nigeria's front runners with the ball looks like they are the heavy lifters with the bat as well. Lillian Ude, first 5-wicket haul of a career in T20Is and first of this tournament. Here to do some batting with Salome Sunday. It's not a Sunday, it's a Monday, but it's a working day. Swipe across the line.
Good energy from Lillian. She usually doesn't bat in this position. Must have been some instructions to go in and just try smuggle runs from these tough Zimbabweans.
Stacey Lucky, batting umpire from Southern Africa. She's got some sporting history on her there, spreading her arms out wide to indicate the wild and wide delivery. Mabero is continuing with her spell, struggled a bit with a couple of extras. That's a big flashing blade of Salome Sunday. She likes
Up
to
and
score
over.
her runs in
The
boundaries.
power of Sean Myers
The
comes
fielding
into
of the
play
Zimbabweans
early
is
on.
very
She picks
tight.
up a boundary of the first delivery that she faces.
Again, saying if he's not coming through, just knock around and rotate
Let's
strike
work through
while
the
you
covers
wait
by
for those
Modesta Pacheco.
opportunities.
Will it have enough to go to the boundary? You betcha. The
Again,
first
there a
boundary.
little innovation from that. She could have been gone if she missed it, but
Strike rotation.
high risk shot for little gains, but they will take the runs whichever way they can because they know at 36, 37 in 10.3 overs, they have no chance against Zimbabwe's batting. I am afraid I'm speaking a little too early. Nothing short there from Lillian Ude, who's been sent in as a blank check to go break the bank and pick up all the gold pieces in the safe. Well, she's finding nothing thus far.
3 from 12 deliveries. Salome Sunday will have to pick it up from here. Unfortunately, Peculiar sent in for that business. She comes down the wicket, goes over the top. Fielder comes around it. Just a single from that one. Good intent from Lillian Ude.
Intent is good. We'll have to see her knock these balls that hard, but on the ground, save the wicket. Good stop there from Pelagia Mujaji. She showed us that she has her awareness levels at 11 out of 10 with that catch following up from Nyasha. And it's the end of the 11th. 38 for 3.
Well, it's been a hard day for the Nigerian batters. Esther Sandy. It's been Esther Sandy, Favour Segbe, Peculiar, top 3. Very useful batters for Nigeria already gone. And this time, plenty is left on the shoulders of Salome Sunday. Experienced campaigner in her own style. And Lilian Ude.
Nabero, flight on offer, doesn't get it out of the middle of the bat. They're running very hard. Yes, the Nigerians are playing without any regrets. They wouldn't want to rule a missed chance, and they're running very well between the wickets. Lorraine Shoma, these Zimbabweans are stylish players. Lorraine Shoma, Kelly Ndlovu, never get the stunners off as they ball. That's a big hit again. But Josephine Como, Nakai, stopping it there in a short mid-wicket.
Always going to be a difficult tide with bowlers being rotated this way.
Again, going for it. Maso on it. He won't carry. They want the second, but Lilian Ude, Salome Sande, the networks are not working together. One is on MTN Nigeria and another is on MTN Ghana.
Perhaps somebody forgot to push the roaming buttons. We have to get them connecting. Swinger misses that one. Got a bat on it.
Yeah. That's how she's going to be playing in this innings. It's all that matters for now. The runs must come. Hook or crook.
Runs on board, always runs on board. You got to find them.
Ill-advised. Lilian Ude needed to stay there with a stable base and connect it to wherever she wanted. End of the 12th for the 2 for 3.
South Africa who have gone through, with Uganda waiting for the loser of this game to get a place in the third place medal table. 12 overs board. It's 42 on the board. Nigeria will have to find some rhythm. Runs are needed. Runs they're seeking.
Coming into the attack is the experienced Precious Maranga. I beg your pardon, Kelly's, not Precious. Kelly screamed over and above to the boundary. Runs will do for Salome Sande.
There you have it again. Over extra covers. Screaming it nicely. This time going with power. And forcing some runs here. Much needed for Nigeria.
Salome Sande on strike. She will be going again downtown. This time she will get one maximum runs. She's holding the bat like a non-shatter. He holds it and she doesn't feel it. She's playing freely there. She's got good hands as well. And I can tell you, Nigeria doing very well here to get the scoreboard ticking. They need to continue getting that scoring rate up and up. There's no turning back. Again, they are swing. Josephine Como keeping it out.
It's good to see how Lilian Ude have progressed through her career. A young cricketer picked up from the under-15s tournament
Big swipe across the line. Is there a chance for a catch? Yes, it's Nomvelo Sibanda. She swallows it, hits straight to her throat. You can't fault the batter really here. The shot was on from Lillian Ude, sent in to do that. She wasn't going to be eating up very many balls.
Unlucky Lillian. Clearly the mandate was simple. Go for it. And she's managed just 6 of 10 deliveries. It's Salom Sunday, who's had 9 of 19 deliveries. There's the big hit, but straight to the throat of the fielder, making light work of that one in a different fashion. It's end of the 13th over, and it's 47 for the loss of 4 wickets.
There will be a change in the comms box. Eli Tawanda and Ijoma.
Thank you, Innocent. The end of that over. 13 overs down, 47 for 4. And that's the equation that Nigeria find themselves in. That's courtesy of that strike by Lilian Ude, looking to clear dip mid-wicket. But finds Nomvelo Sibanda was up to the task. Now back to the action. Narinchuma coming through from the city end. Good afternoon, Ijoma. Your total of 60 might seem reachable. Do you want to change your projected score to something probably higher now?
Good afternoon, LA.
Looking to work the ball around. Is Petty like yet to get off the mark? You can still stick with 60, so it's okay.
Well, great effort really from the Nigerian side. But with the required run rate, 3.60, and of course the fielding attack, the bowling attack of the Zimbabwean ladies, for me, it's still about 60, 70. 70.
We're now at 70. Much better. Much
70.
better. At the current run rate of 3.6, Nigeria will be projected to score 72. So Ijoma is just keeping it at 70, trying to play it safe. But I'd like to see a little bit of impetus in the Nigerian batting order. Like that. Gives herself a chance, but not enough power. And a great catch is taken at mid-off. She had overrun it, but was able to come back. That's Chiedza Teresia Dururu, who pulls off a stunner.
Salome Sunday still having a good time with a 50% strike rate, big hits, but then safe in the hands.
Now Chiedza Dururu pulling off a stunner. Salome Sunday, for a minute there, she thought that she had gotten enough of it. But Chiedza Dururu running it, overrunning it, and then doing almost a quarter backward dive to get it and holding on to it. Salome Sunday departs for 10. Nigeria will be 49 for 5. Well, with the loss of that wicket, and the captain blessing a team comes to the crease. Just asking how many deliveries are left in the over. There's one more to go. And that would be wide. Larinchum has been struggling with her lines a bit. You find that mostly happens with leg spinners when you're trying to control the ball coming over. Edge, but safe. This end of the 14th over. 50 for 5.
Is Blessing Etim, the captain of the Nigerian side, and Paiti Loki at the crease. The Nigerian fans will be hoping that these two will be able to stick around for a while, rotate the strikes as much as possible, keep the scoreboard ticking, pick up the singles.
True, that is what will be key for Nigeria, some sort of partnership. And they need to figure that out very quickly. And there are only 6 overs remaining in their innings. And then scoring at 3.5, it tends to be a short space of time that you have with very limited scoring rate that you have. Change in attack. Josephine Nakai Nkomo brought back into the attack. Has bowled 1 over so far. He's only conceded 6 runs. Coming from a favorite end, which is the zoo end. Into the pads. Muffled shouts of LBW. Stacey Luckett not interested. Gives those as leg buys. Ijoma, you've been watching Nigerian cricket for a while. How much has the women's game grown in Nigeria? Just give us some insights into how that has grown over the years, possibly even some of the teams that you have in your system, and how does one make it into the national team back home in Nigeria after this delivery?
Right, Eli, for me, it's the developmental structures and pathways that we have in Nigeria that is actually doing, helping to raise great skill and talents for the women's team. The Nigerian Cricket Federation has been really keen on that. For them, it's been one of their key focus, one of the,
Bolt misses a straight one, blessing a team. And Josephine Nkomo strikes, and she strikes early in the over. Blessing a team departs without troubling the scorers. It'll be a duck. And it'll be 51 for 6 for Nigeria. And this one, straight as an arrow, right on that all, hitting middle stump. Looking to blast it away leg side, was blessing a team and missed it totally.
Blessing a team who is the coach and mentor as well for lots of players at the national team side. Ella, I was talking about the developmental structure, also about Blessing a team who has trained lots of players in her state. She's also a coach. We see her being replaced by Sarah Etim. Sarah Etim is also tutored by Blessing Etim as well.
Full face of the bat and defense there, Sarah Etim. You would have think maybe there's a bit of relation between Blessing and Sarah?
No, not at all. We'll probably liken it to Henriette Nshimwe and Giselle of the Rwandan team. The basic relationship there is just the fact that Blessing Etim is her mentor, her coach.
Going down leg side. Josephine for a moment was interested in an LBW shout. Well, it's been a good over, good spell of bowling by Josephine Nkomo, vice captain of the Lady Chevrons. Again, stump to stump. That will be the end of the 15th over. And it will be 51 for the loss of 6 for Nigeria. So developmental work being done in Nigeria. So how does one get to play for the national women's side? Just in case there are other Nigerian players in the development system looking to play for the squad, how do they get to play for the senior side?
Okay, so we begin with the grassroots level, and then to the state level, and then to the national under 17 tournament, then to the under 19 team possibly, and then to the senior national team. You see players like Sarah Etim, the opening batter for the Nigerian side, Esther Sandy, Salome Sunday, all those three for the first time in their career, for the first time they started with cricket. It was Blessing Etim who introduced the bat and ball to them.
Wonderful. And clear structures of how the Nigerian side has been built. I say this or ask these questions pretty much because it's a youthful side, very, very young side that they have made up. Precious Marange brought into the attack, and straight away Petilaki trying to get a liking into Marange's bowling. They'll get a couple of leg byes. Petilaki understanding that only 4.4 overs remaining. She needs to get going, just give herself a chance to try and get some runs on the board. Up in the air. Attempt from Nomvelo, misses it totally. She gives herself a chance, Petilaki, and picks up a boundary, looking to hit it straight. And on this occasion, she succeeds. Just put in her arc, got the height. One bounce before Nomvelo got there and got 4. Again in the same slot, but this one will drop short of the fielder and plugs into the surface. They're only allowed to run 1. Nomvelo Spanda prides herself in her fielding. Very quick in the field. He's got a good arm as well. And so it seems as if Nigeria are going to try and target Precious Marange. Well, sorry, a team not able to work this one. I'm sure she'll be trying to get Petilaki on strike as much as possible. Just one more delivery to go. That'll be wide. Precious Marange straying because in off spinner, you're turning it into the bowler. If you bowl it on middle stump, it'll continue on that line. It'll end up just too wide of the stumps. Better outside off stump, but no run. That's end of the 16th over. It'll be 59 for the loss of 6.
Four overs left in this innings. Nigeria stuck on that run rate of 3.4, 3.5, 3.6. Not able to engage another gear here in their quest to up the ante. My name is Innocent Daula. I've got Dennis Athamusali in the comms box to ride you through to the end of this innings. Petilaki, the only Nigerian with a T20I century, and she got that at the under 19 level in Botswana.
Yeah, no. She is a big game player, Paiti Lucky, and she has an attitude as well. That is a mark of someone who will be a great player, not just a good player. But she's now coming up against a clutch player for the Lady Chevrons, Josephine Nkomo. Cool customer. Before she came to these African Games, she was playing in Australia. She understands the assignment. She's such a talent, Josephine. And she's an asset to the team, the vice captain of the Lady Chevrons as well.
The way she bowls, Dennis, looks like you won't score anything off her if you don't try to play around in your crease, move a bit, do some shuffles, because she's right there in the middle. And you can see that the Nigerians take on here the Zimbabweans for a second run. They'll get it because it ricocheted off the body of the non-striker.
Yeah, you can see there a death stare from Josephine Nkomo to the fielder in mid-wicket, who picked up the ball and decided to have a shot at the stumps. The ball ricocheting off the bat of the runner, and they pick up a second. I think Josephine feeling like that was very unnecessary. You can see from her body reaction, not very, very happy with that. Has very high standards, Josephine, so she's working very hard running in to make sure that they don't score as many runs as possible.
She hits the deck this time round, is pierced through the covers. There is protection. Ndlovu picks it up on the third attempt, but there's no second run there. Lucky and a team, Sarah, only staring at each other instead of calling.
Yeah, the fashion wear there for a team Sarah in trouble. I think she needs to get help from the team and just sort out her pads.
Right in the middle there. Where's she going? Josephine Nkomo almost completing a run-out dismiss of her own bowling. She's very athletic, Dennis.
Yeah, so athletic, Josephine. Yesterday, the trouble for Nigeria was that Lucky Paiti got stranded on one end while wickets were falling on the other. In the end, she was the final wicket to drop. But in between there, she had lost 5 partners for nothing. So you can see now she's trying to make sure she's on strike for as long as possible.
Nkomo with another beautiful delivery outside off stump to complete her spell. I beg your pardon, she still has an over in her spell. She's just done with 3 overs that have gone for 9 runs, and she has a wicket right there. It's the end of the 17th, 62 for 6. Kelly's Tanyaranza Ndlovu is back to bowl the 18th. Umpire standing out there today, Isaac Oyeko Otieno from Kenya. Right there in your frame. At square leg is Stacey Lucky from South Africa. Here is Kelly's looking ever so sharp behind the shades. They go big. Inside out shot that will pepper the boundary, and the advertising board, the e-gaming league, big with ITW. That's another magic win boundary.
Yeah, a classic player, Paiti Lucky, goes over the covers and the ball races away for a boundary. They need a lot of runs here at the back end, especially from the tail. If Paiti Lucky can bat with this tail properly, they can get close to at least the 80-run mark.
Dennis Jig says Paiti Lucky, she's cleaned up by Kelly Ndlovu, who hates being hit for boundaries. 66 for 6 becomes 66 for 7.
Yeah, spoke too soon. Paiti Lucky getting very greedy and forgetting the basics, that after a boundary, just try and find a single. Trying to go for another hoik. But Kelly's comes out on top, bowler prevails. You miss a hit, wicked stuff. Again, the ball was right there in the slot. Peitilaki goes across the line and the ball crashes into the leg stump. Nigeria lose their 7th wicket. Zimbabwe now on top of things. 66 for 7 Nigeria after 17.2 overs.
At the end of it all, looks like Ijoma knows her team very well. She was saying 60, 70 will be good enough. That's what she sees that her team will get. And they're right around there. Kelly's 2 for 9. Miserly spell here from her to the Nigerians. Christabel Chukwuonye, the new batter in. Watch out for her. She's a very electric fielder. Chance to run again. The communication is forgettable.
Yeah, Sarai team and Christabel on different networks. Sarai team was ball watching while Christabel was interested in the run. But the two new batters, none of them has troubled the scorer yet. And that's a challenge of losing wickets. Now, for Nigeria, everyone is just looking to survive. For the final 12 balls, if you had players like Ilaki Paiti or Salome Sande still in, you can make a charge for it. But unfortunately, this tail cannot wag. And Zimbabwe seem to be in business for now. After 18 overs, Nigeria 66 for 7.
Twelve more balls left in the innings. You shudder to think how many more Leke Yede, the Nigerian coach, will ask his team to get. So when Nigeria needs big-hearted players like their manager in her heyday, Samantha Agazuma, would be going big here. Need somebody to play a little beautiful cameo of 10 from 6, 10 from 4.
Yeah, just throw the kitchen sink at the lady chevrons. Pelagia Mujaji couldn't sort out her hands there, but there was really no single because the moment Sarai team hit the ball, she just took off.
And you can see Precious Marange not pleased with anything happening around in that arc at the offside.
The Zimbabweans have very high standards that they want you to work. You see, Precious still angry about something. The MVP of the qualifiers in Kampala, Precious Marange.
Again, the hit. There's no running this time round. It's a captain, Marianne Musonda, who pounces on it in short covers.
I will tell you something else, Innocent, which is very good from the chevrons that has really been impressive. They're still defending against the tail. They're not attacking, maybe undermining them. That is a new trick in T20 cricket, that you make sure you defend against the tail. Ooh, chance. Josephine, by her standards, must be feeling like that's a chance put down. But when you stand off against the tail, you try and make sure you save as many runs as possible. Most teams make that mistake of saying, this is a number 11, let's stay in close. But the runs that are scored by the tail are usually the ones that win the game.
Said Dennis, speaking like the captain, I once knew Dennis Athamsali. Those days may be long gone, but looks like you still have a good old head on your shoulders.
Can't buy experience from the market, Innocent.
Those listening here, there's a free coaching masterclass from Dennis. He says you've got to defend against the tailenders because the runs they score are the runs that hurt many teams in modern cricket today. You see Precious is angry with the wides, angry with the misfields, angry with the chances that aren't taken, and she picks up a wicket there because she's been working very hard. Sarai team not happy with Stacey Lucky's decision to give her out. She feels there was no bat on that. We have no third umpire, unfortunately for Sarah. She must take the walk back to the heart. The umpire's word will always be final.
I don't know why Sarai team is unhappy, but there was no room for her to cut that ball. Goes back in her crease, comes back a little bit, but you can see there the finger goes up immediately once the appeal was made, showing some bit of dissent, but that will be dealt with later on. For now, she'll have to take a walk, and Nigeria lose their 8th wicket, 71 for 8. The final 6 balls of the first innings coming up. The second semi-final, Nigeria taking on the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe. Davis versus Goliath contest, like someone mentioned. We'll wait and see. We don't want to say that Goliath is winning for now. You just never know. The sling is not yet out by David.
Sling not yet in the chamber, says Dennis. But this is the last over. Tanya Rwanza, Kelly Ndlovu, the 18-year-old captain of the under-19s of Zimbabwe. You'll see her in Kigali in August, Dennis, I promise you. She strays away, helped along. There is Precious Marange running in quickly, but there was a chance for the second. The throw not as electric as you anticipated. But I can tell you, there's a lot of cricket that we're going to see from exactly these two teams. The under-19 teams that they do boast of will boast Africa for some time. Teams like Uganda, Tanzania will strive and hustle to beat them. Pitch of a delivery from Kellis, who is working in tandem partnership with the keeper, Modesta Mopachikwa. Little chat between the two. Isaac Oyeko, the umpire from Kenya, lets them have the chat. Says, well, we are well ahead of time because they bought many overs of spin. Have a chat. Find a way to the madness that is happening in the mid and score some runs. There you go. Time to run. They run very quickly. And this exact score is what Nigeria managed against South Africa yesterday. And then they came with the ball, rattling it around and a bit. Was hissing like bowling like, and was hissing like a cobra. Lillian Ude with 5 there. But big appeal on the penultimate ball of the innings. Wicket number 9, Christabel Chukwuonye will go for a shower before she can come back fresh for the second innings. We expect her to do some magic in the field. There is a catch that's stuck in her hand in that big win against Namibia.
Yeah, final ball coming up of the first innings. 3rd wicket for Kellis Ndlovu. Again, right there in the slot, going across the line. Christabel. Isaac Ayeko raises his finger. Tema Pius from the Lady Chevron. 73 for 9, the Nigerians. Yesterday, that 73 became a problem for the South Africans. But all on the back of some brilliant bowling from Lillian Ude, who picked up 5 for 17. And that youngster, Hussein Peace. They gave the female Yellow Greens a glimmer of hope.
Last ball not out. They'll run through for buys. 74 is how it ends. Kellis Ndlovu ends with figures of 3 for 12. 74 for 9. Dennis, your remarks about this target set.
74 is how things finish. Nigeria won the toss, elected to bat first. But they've completely been outperformed by the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe. And by their high standards, you feel that Zimbabwe today, they didn't have the edge. They were just okay. But Nigeria couldn't find second gear for them to try and get at least 100 runs. 74 is what they will need to work with. The Lady Chevrons are looking for 75 from 120 balls. No significant contributors with the bat for the Nigerians, who will have to find a way of working with what they've scored. Zimbabwe won't mind the 75 because I think they've done just enough with the bat. Look at that Nigerian batting scorecard. Only 2 players getting into double-digit scores, Salome Sande and Lucky Paiti. They've been lucky that the Lady Chevrons were generous enough to give them 14 extras. Take that 14 away from the 75. They would have scored just 61 runs. They've only managed 61 runs off the bat. Nigeria will have to bowl out of their skins if they're going to defend 75 from 120 balls.
This is the bowling scorecard for you. Nomvelo Sibanda, just the over today. She went for 2 runs. Precious Marange, 1 for 17. Josephine Nakai Nkomo, 1 for 9 in 3. Kalisa Tanyaranzwa Ndlovu, 3 for 12 in 4. The 2 spinners there with Lauren Schumer, 3 for 14 in 4. And then there was 1 for 16 for Linda Kule Mabero. 14 extras, like Dennis said earlier. Zimbabwe will need 75 from 20 overs at 3.75. The summary here, you see it and you know that there was no real contribution with the bat from Nigeria. 13 for Paiti, 10 for Salome Sande, Esther Sande 9 from 17. The bowling, the 2 ladies from the Lady Chevrons that do bowl with shades on, Kelis Ndlovu and Lauren Schumer, 3 for 12 and 3 for 14 respectively. And Nakai Nkomo Josephine, 1 for 9 in 3. It is 75 that Zimbabwe will need from the 20 overs at a run rate over 3.75. We will take a break. I will come back in a jiffy with the second innings as Zimbabwe chase.
Good afternoon and welcome to the second innings. It's 75 that is the target. And Nigeria, there you see how they span things up. Not key figures there. Only Salome Sunday and Peiti Lucky. 13 of 14 and 10 of 21 deliveries. It's Zimbabwe who needs 75 from 20 overs. A 3.7. Bowling figures there for you. Mabera. Kellis. It's Kellis who have taken 3 for 12 from 4 overs. And Lauren Nshima, 3 for 14 from her 4 overs. Clearly, the damage was done. But again, we have to wait and see how quick Zimbabwe 6 to run through these overs. And with me in the comes box is Ijoma. Ijoma, you're welcome.
Hi Andy, good afternoon. Great to be back. Second innings of the second semi-final of the women's cricket event at the ongoing African Games here in Ghana. It is the Zimbabwe innings. They lost the toss earlier. Nigeria won and elected to bat first.
It's Peculiar Aboya who will start proceedings here for Nigeria. Yesterday against South Africa, she didn't get going. She struggled a bit in the first and second over of her spell. Straight up on the money, dot ball. Modesta and Shane Mary will have to walk through this for Zimbabwe. Short and wide there for the take. Swings and misses that one. Nigerian fielders all pumped up here. It's 75 that is required. They've got runs on the board. It's left for Zimbabwe to dictate the pace of this game.
And for me, on a good day, those two batters for the Zimbabwean team can actually do the job for the Lady Chevrons. We saw Modesta yesterday, 40 off 40 balls, as well as Sean Mary. Good efforts with the bat yesterday against Uganda for the Lady Chevrons.
And Modesta have been around scoring a couple for Zimbabwe. She's got the quality. For dot ball. At some point, there has to be some enforcement here for Zimbabwe. Young Nigerians fancying their chances here. Low scoring. Plenty of noise around the wicket.
Great effort from Peculiar. 5 dot balls. Yesterday, she conceded lots of runs against South Africa. Wait to see a good comeback from her.
Shot. Some hard work by the fielder there. Just a single from that one. As usual, the opportunity presented itself, and Modesta will take that one. 1 of 6 deliveries. End of the first over.
And we saw the Lady Chevrons make do with lots of spin in the first innings. Wondering who Blessing Etim will be trusting the ball with.
Always going to be Lillian Ude. So opening partner for Peculiar. blessing a team in a final round of international games for Nigeria. She's been around for a long time. And she did say she would like to take a break. Haven't served the country for so many years. Perhaps the Oden serving captain. On the money straight away by Lilian Ude.
Captain blessing the team to said at the crease that she trusts her bowlers. We've just seen yesterday Lilian picked up 5 wickets against South Africa. Just 1 run on the runs total for Lady Chevrons, and we see Lilian already beginning with a dot ball.
Fuller length. And misses everything. Just outside the off stump. That fourth stump line is a target for all Nigerian bowlers. They've done that consistently through this tournament. Just simple push by Modesta. Straight to the fielder point. Shola Adekunle.
Lilian Ude, 18 years of age.
A piece of bowling, nagging length. Modesta, as usual, will take her time, but she's got the quality and ability to take things away from the opposition quickly.
And they talk about Modesta, she tops the batting chart with 93 runs in this tournament.
This time quickly run out opportunity. Didn't get hold of the ball.
And I like the vibe. I love the vibe I'm seeing from this end, from the Nigerian fielders.
It's Christabel who misses that opportunity for a run out. But Modesta taking her up on that one. Nigerian seems to be enjoying the atmosphere out there. Big shot, will it be? Shimmies down the line. No. Umpire Isaac Oyeko sure about that one, and it's end of the second over. It's 2 for no loss.
Great effort from the Nigerian bowlers. Just 2 runs conceded in 2 overs.
Another dot is Peculiar, who continues from the zoo end of this oval. Nice, we must give credit to our dear brother Eli being able to name the ends correctly. Shot, this time she goes big over the top. First boundary up. Not sure there. Just checking. That was a boundary. And it's Modesta sitting under that one.
Modesta taking her time there, but she saw that opportunity and hits up for a boundary.
Simple dead ball signaled by the umpire. Not sure what's happening there. The bowler ball into the wrong batter. It was Modesta who got a boundary from the earlier delivery and should be on strike. Unlucky moment for Peculiar. Another dot. Four deliveries, just a boundary from that over. 69 needed from this moment. 17.3 overs left. Tucks that one away. The fielder at square leg will have to chase that one. Six from the over already. Zimbabwe are beginning to climb now, knowing what is required. Peculiar would have to adjust her line. This time around, run out opportunity. Both batters almost caught in the middle. Maya will have to jog back to her crease. It's thought over filled with dramas. A boundary with batters not sure if it actually went away. Short cuts, but fielder backward of point. It's end of the third over, and it's 8 for no loss.
Andy, sometimes a low total might actually look very challenging to chase.
I agree with you, IJ, but I mean the experience from this Zimbabwean team should walk through this one, knowing how tough and how hard Nigerians will fight. Lilian Ude is back for a second over. Swings and misses that one. Maya still trying to get going. She's only faced her third ball and not scored of any. Beautiful shot. Stand and deliver, they call it. Through mid-off. And it will be the second boundary for Zimbabwe. This time from Shermeyer. What a shot.
Good way to begin for Sean Mary. First boundary off her bat. She's faced 3 balls and was able to respond, come off that come off the mark with that boundary.
Into the same region, but this time Fury in the dip. Lucky Paity just ensuring only a single from that one. Clearly, she's looking solid, you can say.
Lillian Ude, part of the under 19 players. She also has a sister, a 10-year-old, who plays cricket as well and represents Southeast rather at the PWC on the 17 tournament.
Good comeback by Lillian. Brilliant push, scoring in the V. Amazing shot from Modesta. Just rotating strike. Coaches will always let you know scoring in the V seems to be the easiest, mostly when the bowlers are bowling straight and full. Big shout, she looks to go big. Didn't quite get hold of that one. Plays around it and misses that one. But it was there for the take. Again, she shovels down the wicket. It's end of the fourth over and it's 14 for no wicket. 61 required from 16 overs. Zimbabwe trying to make a light work of this one. But as usual, the Nigerian bowlers bowling tight here and working extremely hard. Peculiar into our third over.
Blessing Etim relying on pace. I would love to see Hussein Peace or Adekunle Shola at this point just to reduce or to put a break on this building partnership of the Lady Chevrons.
Knowing how Modesta construct her innings, she will start slowly but accelerate as time goes on. This is what she's done through the tournament. Run out opportunity, the scramble, no. It's home safe. It's Esther Sandy. Peculiar still working hard in this third over of our spell. Urging up from the dugout. Zimbabweans wanting it. Few changing here. They've dropped long off down. She goes big, swings across. It's Peculiar who gets the wicket. As my East African colleagues will always say, it's timber.
Well bowled by Peculiar Boya, and there we see Mary Shawn departs for 5 of 6 balls.
Needed. Oh, she dragged that one onto the stumps. Perhaps if she had kept her shape there. And it's Peculiar with the break for Nigeria, 15 for 1 after 4.4.
It is Kelly's Ndlovu who comes in, replacing Sean Mary. Kelly's captain of the under-19 Zimbabwe team. Good with the bat and the ball as well. She'll be facing the remaining 2 balls of Peculiar's delivery.
What a beauty. Sneaking in a single there. Modesta running really hard and wanting the strike. A smart thing to do to protect the new and incoming batter. Good areas by Peculiar. Perhaps some medical support needed.
It is Sarah Etim, the wicket keeper, who is down, wondering what the problem is.
It's looking like she might have to go off the pitch. But knowing these ladies, they want to stay in and play.
Sarah Etim, the wicket keeper for the Nigerian side, she plays for Smashers Cricket Club at the South Women's League, alongside Captain Blessing Etim and Esther Sandy and Salome Sunday as well. Sandy Sunday. You know.
The Esther Sandy and Salome Sunday. Those two, apart from Etim Blessing, are also very experienced on this side. Been around for a couple of years. And Nigeria will have to rely on them to carry things through by the time Blessing Etim retires from playing. She stays on and play would continue. It's Peculiar into the last ball of our 3rd over. Down leg. Wide is a call by umpire Stacey from South Africa. Very soon you'll be hearing big voices and beautiful, I call them. Speak plenty of good English. Listen to them and understand cricket even better. Another dot from Peculiar, and that is end of the 5th over. It's 17 for the loss of 1 wicket. We'll be having changing comebacks, and it's Eli and Dennis.
With only 1 more over left in the power play, the Lady Chevrons of Zimbabwe 17 for 1. Trying to find 75 runs for the victory that will see them get into the final on Wednesday, and they will be taking on South Africa. Eli, what do you make of the situation right now? Zimbabwe have only lost the wicket of Sean Myers, but some of these small totals have found the work being difficult for all teams, not just the Lady Chevrons.
Well, definitely they've been a spot of bother for many teams. And that's a good delivery right there from Lilian Ude, looking for the block hole. And Kelly Ndlovu beaten by that one. You can see by the smile on her face, appreciating that that was a good delivery. I'll tell you what, Nigeria, they're bowling their hearts out. And they're running hard, fielding excellently.
Yeah, Lilian Ude high on confidence. 5-wicket haul for her yesterday. Despite being on the wrong end of the result, but she picked 5 for 17. She's one of the leading wicket takers in the tournament. Has a nice smooth run up as well. Things haven't come out of the middle of Kelly Ndlovu's bat yet.
Yeah, she's still yet to get off the mark, Kelly Ndlovu. But you know pretty well that once she gets going, she can definitely put some fear into many bowlers. One of the many young talents out of the Zimbabwe women's domestic cricket structures.
I think she has aged very, very fast. Only made her debut for the Lady Chevrons in 2022 in the Capricorn series that had Uganda and Namibia, as well as Zimbabwe. But since then, she's grown in leaps and bounds and plays way beyond her age, only 18 years of age.
And that'll be a wide signal by the umpire. Slow start by Zimbabwe at the moment, going at 3.27 runs per over. Just a few dots under the required, which is 3.9. That'll be another couple of runs added to Zimbabwe's total, courtesy of those wide deliveries.
Eli, Zimbabwe have been the standard in the tournament. Didn't put any foot wrong in the group stages, but today you feel like you know, they haven't hit the highs they've shown throughout the whole tournament, even in the field. They've just been you know, driving in low gear.
That'll be another wide delivery. Lilian Ude struggling with the lines, straying wide on both occasions, whether to a left-hander or right-hander. Has been gifting Zimbabwe with a few extras. There's finally some encouragement from the skipper and some players there. Well, getting to your point, Dennis, well, there's no need to break your back when you are facing a total and you feel that you can reach comfortably. As much as the opposition might be making noise around you, you have confidence in your batting lineup and you feel that you can reach the required total without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, we hope that there will be no surprises.
This is T20, my friend.
There will be no surprises.
It's always full of surprises.
And Zimbabwe are able to get through. I think they would be very, very interested in making the final on Wednesday. The favorites in the tournament meeting each other.
It's cut away by Modesta Mpachikwa. The sweeper will attempt to clean up that one, but her efforts are in vain as she retrieved that one from the boundary. That's 4 runs to Zimbabwe's total.
Yeah, that's Modesta's signature shot in her zone. Players of that height, they are very, very strong square of the wicket. And Modesta likes any width. If you give her width, she will punish too much room there on offer. Top quality shot there from Modesta. Sets up very well. The fielder did so well to get round and then just completely mess it up on the boundary. But it was such a lovely shot. Used to be one of my favorite.
Are you saying you're the same height as Modesta?
You're giving me away, Eli. But you know, that's why I'm a wicket keeper as well.
All right. There will be some attention needed to one off.
Yeah, I think Lilian Ude she's been struggling a little bit, and I hope she's okay. It's been shearing hot today, so you need to hydrate a lot. She's a medium pacer, but she runs quite a mile to just come in, and she's gone through she has gone through 3 overs already, so she's put in some hard yards for her team.
Yep, pretty warm day out here.
Yeah, you can see there, I think the physio is trying to get her off, but she's not interested. I think she wants to stay for the fight. But it's also important that now you look after yourself. It's been very, very hot today.
She is insisting on staying on the field of play.
Whoever wants to go off. I don't know a player whoever wants to leave the battlefield. But it's really been shearing hot. Maybe she's feeling a little bit dizzy. And the medics are worried that maybe she needs to just have a cooling break. Today you have no choice apart from drinking water because it's been shearing hot.
You've been struggling with the heat, Dennis.
But when you come from, I don't know, so different. Where we come from, it just can never get this blazing hot. After 6 overs, 25 for 1, the young Useni Peace comes into the attack for the Nigerians. She bowled very well yesterday. They were bowling at a very small total, but her combination with Lilian Ude, I think what they did may not have won Nigeria the game, but it allowed Nigeria to take the game as deep as possible and in a way that never affected their net run rate in a big way. They ended up qualifying for the semi-finals by virtue of having a better net run rate than Tanzania.
Kelly's looking to cut that one away, just keeping a tad bit low for her. Missing that one totally. Well, St. Peace is in at the moment. She's got a mammoth of a task to do, to try and work around in defending this total. Kellis works it way leg side. Pick up a single. Well, for Zimbabwe, I feel like if they just continue with rotating the strike, just picking up the singles, they won't be in any spot of bother. The trouble is when you now chew up a lot of dot balls, you tend to put yourself under pressure as a batter and try and look for big scoring opportunities. But so far it's been so good. Modesta operating at an optimum, just a strike rate of under 50. She's on 14 from 26. We know that this is how she does it. She rotates the strike quite regularly.
Make a good point, Eli. The lady chevrons just has to make sure, and we saw what South Africa did in the morning. They didn't use a lot of risks to get 122, so you just need to make sure that you keep knocking it around consistently. But also the Nigerians have set up well. If the bowler bowls to that field, then they could be able to rake in a couple of dot balls.
So far, St. Peace has done well. Just a solitary run from the over so far. One more delivery to go. Magnificently done. Just one of the over. End of the 7th. 26-1.
A change in the bowling for the Nigerians. The female yellow-greens, Shola Adekunle, comes into the attack to bowl some leg spin.
Shola Adekunle is a smooth operator. She bowls quite well. Her leg spin's got great control. Giving that one a bit of flight just outside off stump, trying to tempt Kellis to go hard at that one.
Yeah, Kellis maybe will have to use her feet to get to the pitch of that ball, and the matchup works well for her. The ball coming into her, so it's easy to play, maybe rather than Modesta being on strike.
Punches it over mid-on, but there is protection there. Just keep it to 1.
Kellis can hit a long ball, so I don't think she's very afraid of using her feet. For now, it just looks like Zimbabwe is playing with the prey. 48 from 12.3 overs.
I love your choice of words, Dennis. I'll tell you what, if we were to say that to those in the middle, they'll tell you that they're working hard at the rate at which they're going right now. Quick single taken by Modesta. She's trying to get her gears going.
Modesta is 15 from 30 balls, striking at 50%. But she's such a fine player that she can easily switch gears and make up for, lost time. I think that's why she's very, very important for this Zimbabwe team. She holds the top. She holds everything together, with everyone else playing around her.
Flighted, and the simple catch that has been turned into a great catch. Kellis Ndlovu departs after a bit of juggling.
I'm sure you want to watch that again. The highlights package continues to become very, very big, especially with the catches that have been taken by the teams here at the African Games. This time, Lucky Paiti gets a second bite at the cherry, and she pulls off a clinger of a catch. Kellis Ndlovu just checking that ball without going through her shot. Doesn't manage to get the height and the distance over Lucky Paiti. If you see that again, was very, very lucky that on the second opportunity she didn't give up. That should be a life lesson in life as well. At first, if you don't succeed, you can try again. Zimbabwe lose their second wicket and a big wicket. Kellis Ndlovu will have to go. They're now 28 for 2.
That's a magnificent catch right there. Great effort. Showing great agility. She had gone for a crocodile catch. That's why she couldn't really get it on the first go. But on that second attempt, great use and extension of her arm, allowed to grab it, and she held on to it. That's good work.
Eli, they say that that Australian style, that's why they always advise you to use the Australian style, because if you don't catch it just over your head, you have an opportunity of a second chance in case it pops. And comes off for Lucky Paiti.
Right. Marianne Musonda walks onto the middle for Zimbabwe. That's the captain. And she will look to partner with Modesta. Looking to work that leg side. That'll be called a wide.
And Nigeria have also been very generous with the wides. Zimbabwe gave away a whole lot. Can watch it again. Look at that. Lucky Paiti misses it out. But at first, if you don't succeed, you can just try again. And she comes up with the goods. Catches win games. And that could be the difference in this game. But we still have a long way to go. 46 from 12 overs is what Zimbabwe need. And after 8 overs, they are 29 for 2.
Well, the highlights package will have a lot of entertaining moments, from shots that have been played to catches that have been taken.
I think by Wednesday, each one of us should come up with their best. So far, Vanessa Awuku for Kenya standing out for me against Uganda, as well as Ndumi Soshangane in the game against Nigeria. Some tough chances that have been taken.
I like the attack that Nigeria are presenting at the moment. Bowlers, they're bowling it slower through the air, and they have their fielders in the right places. Slow. Modesta Mpachikwa will use the angle and will punish you there if you pitch it short. She'll find another boundary.
Yeah, Modesta very strong square of the wicket. Picks up the short ball, the half tracker quickly, and makes sure she hits it off. Gets inside the line of the ball. Such a very good skill there from Modesta. Class player. No chance for the fielder in the deep.
Now she will look at to just ease that boundary, eases the pressure in the over. Zimbabwe only needing 3.5, currently going just above that and their required run rate. Looking to just tickle that one fine, and that'll be a wide given.
Yeah, Modesta jumping around. She should know as a wicket keeper that that is very dangerous. Can lose your life when you do that. Can be strangled down the leg side.
With an offer on the offside, she will cut it, but the sweeper will clean up. A bit of a wayward throw and allows them to go for a second. Modesta quick in between the wickets. No danger at all. And your picture there, that's some of from the Zimbabwean sporting disciplines, our Minister of Sport, now to support the ladies. Oh, good work by Modesta, pushes it in there. And there's been great support from the Sports Ministry coming out to support the Lady Chevrons in almost all of their games. And they come in huge numbers to support us out here in Ghana. That's the message that Mary Ann gave me the other day.
You say that, Eli. Mary Ann was the flag bearer for Zimbabwe at the opening ceremony for the 13th edition of the African Games. 9 overs, 38 for 2. So it's clear that cricket is a big deal for the Zimbabwean contingent here at the 13th edition of the African Games.
A big thing it is, and also stands to be one of the sports that will be on the podiums receiving a medal. So that's why you see the big guns coming through to support it. Make sure that they cheer on and be that 13th man in the dugout.
I haven't looked at the medals tally. Maybe this could be the biggest chance.
That's way outside leg stump, outside the line of leg stump. But however, you know, when you're in a tight position, you'll appeal for anything.
Way outside the leg stump.
You could actually put another set of stumps.
Yeah, very true. Desperate appeal there from the female yellow greens.
A better line. Just keep it to 1.
I think Marianne just needs to be intelligent now, but very well Modesta. See through the game without losing any other wicket. It's a loss of wickets in the game against Uganda that got them in trouble, got them in a situation that was very unnecessary. They needed 4 runs off the final over.
Again, that one.
But really, throughout the whole game, they were in control of proceedings up to until when they dropped a couple of wickets.
Pitch short, and then Modesta will take it and she'll look for a second. She powers through and makes it over the line.
Yeah, I think the researchers have done a very good job to just help me look at the medal tally so far and why Zimbabwe is very interested in this cricket medal. They don't have so many. Just the one medal for Zimbabwe so far, a gold medal. Uganda has at least 7 already. Maybe they won't mind missing out on the gold in the cricket.
We'll see if you'll get any. Played well by Modesta. Picks up the single. That marks the end of the 10th over. Halfway through the innings, 42 for the loss of 2, Zimbabwe. There'll be change in voices in the commentary box.
Bands taking
In our time in the here.
really good effort for me, good outing for the Nigerian side. Really impressed by the youngsters. It's the young stars who dominate the female yellow greens. Lots of we just
Yeah. Zimbabwe just strolling through this one.
Yeah, Zimbabwe today have not even hit high gear to get themselves in a good place. They need just 10 runs from as many as 36 balls for the victory. Nigeria. Valiant effort from them, but I think they will have to now focus on that bronze medal match against the Ugandans. The Ugandans already cooling off after being given a hiding by the South Africans, lost by 50 runs in the first semi-final here at the Achimota ground. They will just need to pick themselves up so that they go back home with something.
I think we'll have a very good game in 2 days' time when the top 2 seeded teams, perhaps white call, umpire Stacy makes no mistake from that one, getting confirmation from the scorers.
Yeah, it will be the battle of the test teams in the final for the gold medal, while the bronze medal match will be between Uganda and Nigeria.
Straight to the feuder at mid-off. Christabel took a brilliant catch in that game against Namibia. We've seen very good catches taken here.
I'll tell you, the catches package in this tournament is worth some money in NFTs. On the pads and walked away by Josephine, the captain, Team Blessing. There's been a rumor going around that the Team Blessing is going to call time on her career after this tournament, and I think she wouldn't mind finishing it off with a bronze medal.
It would be great to see her wear a medal. It would be an amazing way to finish your career, but they have a tall hurdle to climb, and Uganda that they will be facing should this game continues in this fashion.
Yeah, Christabel unable to collect that in her follow through, gives away another run, and it's now down to 6 runs required. 1 hit away, Zimbabwe. They can't see the finishing line right about now. The gold medal, Zimbabwe yet to lose a game in this tournament. They've virtually been the standard throughout the whole campaign.
Rock solid shot right in the V. Long on Fuder coming into that one.
Yeah, the captain has also been due a knock, and today I think she's just made sure she restores calm throughout the batting lineup, especially when they started losing wickets.
I like the way she finished up the game against Rwanda. The block hole.
Very young Nigerian side. You must say for them, the sky is not the limit. The sky is only the floor, with the opportunities available now in women's cricket.
Brilliant shot. This time straight to the fielder, long off. They want a second. They get it. Just sloppy there by Peculiar.
No, very top quality running between the wickets. Josephine, the captain, you can see she's running very hard for the runs of her partner. That is what it means. That is what they mean when they say there is no I in team. After 15 overs, Zimbabwe 72 for 4. They need 3 runs for the victory, and a victory that will take them into the final and the gold medal contest against South Africa on Wednesday afternoon. In the morning, Uganda will be facing off with Nigeria for a bronze medal.
Dennis, I guess when we started this tournament, we expected those 2 teams to be at the finals. The question has always been which other ones will be in the bronze medal table playoff, and surprisingly, it's Nigeria and Tanzania who have surprised Namibia.
I'll tell you, endurance, you have to speak for yourself if you thought those 2 would be the ones in the gold medal contest.
Well, they have shown the class and act. You can't take it away from them. They are deserving, and the captain continues to milk away the Nigerian bowlers.
It's one thing to think you will be in the gold medal match, but it's another to make sure you get there. And I think South Africa and Zimbabwe have done everything right. South Africa, when they needed to raise their performance, they did so against the Ugandans. So we shall have, like you've mentioned, the favorites in that final. And then Uganda, of course, battling the Nigerians in the bronze medal match.
I hope Dennis, I hope you and I don't have to argue in 2 days' time about who's going to take that bronze medal, because like my people say, I no go agree for you. Dennis, for your information, that is the 2024 slang in Nigeria. No agree for anybody.
In the gap, Marianne hesitated a little bit, but she scampered through for the one. And now the scores are level. Zimbabwe 1 run away from the victory. But endurance, like we've thought, South Africa and Zim would be in the gold medal match. I think there's a favorite for that bronze medal as well. They just need to make sure that they show up, and they will go back home with the bronze medal.
Worked so hard to get to this point.
Yeah, you can see there Marianne Musonda disappointed in herself. Rush to the head, goes across the line, and Peculiar picks up a second wicket. Wicket stuff. Marianne Musonda, very uncharacteristic shot from her.
Look at figures, beautiful figures. 2 for 11. Done well. Most of those runs have come from her second over. She's into her fourth one. We must give it up for this young Nigerian side.
Precious Marange given a chance to come and bat for Zimbabwe when they need just the 1 run for victory.
No, it's a call. Peculiar trying to make things go into the next over. She goes big this time. Straight to long off. And that will be it. It's Zimbabwe who have gone through to the finals, winning by 5 wickets.
That should be it. Zimbabwe take the win by 5 wickets. They get themselves in the final on Wednesday afternoon. Nigeria won the toss in this game and elected to bat first, but they just didn't score enough runs for them to get them the victory. The Zimbabweans today played in second gear, but that was just enough to get them the victory against the Nigerians. Nigeria now will have to settle for the bronze medal game against the Ugandans on Wednesday morning, while the Zimbabweans will go and prepare for the final and the bronze medal contest against South Africa. So the gold medal game will be between 2 South Africans, while for the bronze, the East will have to battle the West for who will take that bronze medal. That will conclude proceedings here at the Achimota grounds, and we'll be back on Wednesday. The teams take a break tomorrow, and we'll be back on Wednesday to sort out the medals and who goes home with what. But for now, Zimbabwe will take the will take the pride after winning the game by 5 wickets. The batting scorecard there for Zimbabwe. Modesta at the top of the order, 26 of 43 balls. She dropped anchor. And the captain, very, very crucial knock, 18 from 19 balls. But Marianne Musonda had to dig deep and make sure that she manages the ranches properly.
The bowling figures for you there: Peculiar Agboa 2 for 12 from her 4 overs, and Christabel 2 for 15 from her 3 overs. Also Shola Adekunle 1 for 14 made the pack of the bowlers. Brilliant economy rate there by Peculiar Agboa. At this point, we leave you with the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of this game. The second semi-final comes to a conclusion with Zimbabwe turning out victors after Nigeria won the toss and elected to have a bat setting 70-odd. Zimbabwe crossing the line with 5 wickets in hand. Blessing a team come through. Very well played. Not enough runs with the bat, but with the ball again, you stand up and you get counted. The lowest ranked team here at this championship. How happy are you with the effort from the ladies?
A big congratulations to the ladies. I'm so proud of them, and we will do more next time.
You're saying you do more. There's a chance for you to do more and even make it one better. On Wednesday morning, there is a medal at stake, a bronze medal against Uganda. How do you plan for that one? Do you go back to the games village taken up? Do you come tomorrow, polish on some skills? And what should we expect from the Nigerians?
No time to rest. We'll come tomorrow to train, correct some mistakes from our batting. Then we'll come stronger to play on Wednesday.
Thank you very much. Nigeria is very proud of you. You have done very well thus far. And may you shine on the female yellow greens. Time for Marianne Musonda to tell us a few things. Marianne, good win. Are you happy with how things are going in your camp? Rather than go for glory, you're being clinical and taking it one step at a time, irrespective of what everybody is saying, you're looking at it as background noise.
Yeah, I think what's important is just to stay in the moment long enough. And I think the girls did that. Obviously, with the chasing a low total, it's a little bit tricky. But I thought we tried to calm ourselves down and just hit our sweepers because the field was allowing that. And I thought we finished well. So obviously, a few things to work on. But I'm proud of the girls to get here. Well done, team.
When you look at this young team full of 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, who impressed you most? Give them some flowers because you're a test-playing nation and these guys are only getting into the ropes of the game.
Yeah, I'll say everyone because even if they hit one run, they're really cheering each other on. So well done, girls. And I think even with the age, they have a really bright future and their team chemistry is really impressive. So well done, girls. All the best in the future.
Thank you. There's a small score to settle between you and South Africa. We saw a bit of you before you came down to the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, last December. There was a series you played, and you lost that one 3-2. You have a chance to play them again Wednesday afternoon. What should we anticipate?
Still another day, another game. We really don't look at our opposition. We look at ourselves, our strengths, and we just try to stay in the moment and respond to the situation that will be on the ground. So we're pretty excited to play them, and yeah.
Very well said. Good luck. Take your leave. A couple of contestants for the Player of the Match award. The leading run scorer, Modesta Mupachikwa, has her name in the fray. From Nigeria, Peculiar Aboya with 2 for 12, 2 for 11, I beg your pardon. And as well as Adeshola is bowling, as well as Lillian Ude. But to give out the Player of the Match is Ghana Cricket Association President, Mr. Emmanuel Asare. The Player of the Match with the ball, looking ever so cool behind the shades, the teenager, Kelly Ndlovu, with 2 for 12 in 4 overs. Thank you, Mr. Asare. Kelly's very well played. Take us through today's game on your part with the ball.
I think I just bowled to the game plan, just bowling straight and flat. Yeah.
And then tell us about what the teammates tell you, because you're not literally an old player in this team, you're a new player, but you keep turning in big performances, whether with the bat or with the ball.
I think I just want to say thank you to the team because they always back me up and always cheer me. Yeah.
One word to the Zimbabweans watching you, what should you anticipate in the final?
I think we're going to just keep it simple and just play one game at a time.
Thank you very much. Go enjoy your Play of the Match award. That is it from the post-match presentation. Tomorrow we will have a rest, but we'll be back on Wednesday morning with the bronze medal match between Uganda and Nigeria. And in the afternoon, we will have the big girls playing. They want to have fun, so we will see it when Zimbabwe and South Africa play. Innocent signing out.